Hey guys, sunny day today, and we've got a 3176 cap behind us, and the complaint is something sticking out of the oil pan, which is unusual. We're gonna be taking the oil pan off, seeing what the heck it is. The engine does run, so it's not like the crank's broken in half or something like that, but interesting to find, and I'll show you right now. So here's our 3176, and out of all the cat truck engines made in the last 30, 40 years, this is the one I've actually worked on the least, the 3176. Worked on a lot of 3400s, 3208s, but not these. Anyway, getting under this nasty thing, and there is our suspect. And as you can see, it is leaking oil very slowly. And the customer said it looks like a Zerk fitting, or grease fitting, which it kind of does. I can't tell if it's something that went through the pan from underneath, which is very difficult to do. These pans are extremely tough. First I was like, well, maybe the dipstick has broken. It's just worked its way through the pan somehow. But as you can see, moving up and down, no effect on whatever this item is. So suspected possibly something else inside. And the engine runs fine. Starts right up, and it has a ton. It just went over 1 million miles, has 37,000 hours on this engine. So, testament to the 3176 for being a long-running engine here. And runs good. So, we were able to drive it in the shop, didn't have to tow it in. And of course, first thing you're going to do with something when you have to remove the oil pan is drain the oil. Now, I didn't want to run this engine very long. We could have taken it over to the steam bay and washed it off, but without knowing what the heck's going on here, I wanted to get it in the shop as fast as possible. So we're going to zip our drain plug out of this. We'll try and drain as fast as possible. Now you might notice I'm wearing these bright green dish gloves here. Yes, our company has decided that we are not going to be wearing nitrils anymore. We need to wear these ridiculous looking bright green dish gloves that are cut resistant, because draining oil could potentially end in horrible, disfiguring hand injuries. Draining the oil here, no chunks of anything that I could see coming out. And yeah, we need to see what the heck's going on here. So since the oil's drained, I figured maybe I can pull it out. Maybe it's something that went through the bottom, or maybe it's something I can grab and pull out. But whatever it was, it just popped right off. Like nothing was holding it into the pan, which is not what I was expecting at all. And this is what it is. Kind of a little pellet thing. It's metallic of some sort. I'm trying to see if I can grab something else, feel what the texture's like here. It's not completely smooth around there. There's something else. Something's distorted the pan there. And here's what we're looking at. So this is after I cleaned it off with some brake clean. And it looks almost like molten metal, molten aluminum to be specific, which these pans are cast aluminum. And I actually had to look up, maybe something melted the pan, which would be really weird. The melting point of aluminum is slightly above 1200 degrees Fahrenheit, which that's a lot, let's be honest. Nothing was just a little hot and got through there. That'd be super hot. Now, letting the pan drain a little bit more, I decided to remove the oil filter to see if maybe we have an internal engine failure here, which is highly suspect. Filter was completely clean. No signs of excess metal. So, time to pull the pan. And you can really see how dirty this engine is. Bell housing here is just filthy. So is the pan. So, I'm going to start taking the bolts out. Nothing particularly exciting here, just showing you what I'm doing. Still have the oil drain pan under here because I was trying to drain as much oil out as possible. Just getting the rear bolts out. And these, if you've ever done a C13 or a C12, you'll notice this pan bolt design here. And I should have pulled the washer, but right into the oil drain pan. Oh well, got it anyway. But here is the moment of truth with the pan off. Cue dramatic music. There's nothing. Nothing is sticking through the pan. Now that little indentation there, that circle, is actually the oil pump pickup tube screen touching the pan. And this is right where it was leaking. And that is not tar or carbon. It's actually burned away. Something actually burned a slight hole through this oil pan. and it appears to burn right through where the oil sump pickup was. This is where the pickup tube screen is. You can see there's a big old piece missing there, and there was some charred metal debris stuck to that just fell right off when I took it off. And called the customer, and he said, oh yeah, there was a big electrical fire on this thing a couple days ago. So lo and behold, what appears what happened is this battery cable here, the one that's freshly taped, had arced out against the pan. The pan is electrically isolated from the engine block due to the isolators in the bolts and the pan gasket, and the only thing it was touching was the oil pump pickup, which, with the tape taken off that cable, caused it to arc into the engine. So it literally just welded a hole through the pan. Never seen that before. Thanks for watching.